Hello there! It's Coronavirus Friday! Safety first! Got this in the mail! Let's see what's in here! Look, Umarex Hammer, 50 cal. Today on the Coronavirus Show, Friday. All right, this is too much. Oh, all right, guys, I can't take this no more. So, since Umarex has not returned my phone calls, hello, click, click, ding, ding, ding. A good friend of mine and customer extraordinaire, Jimmy Maroney, sent me his Umarex hammer to do some testing on so we can find out what bullets fit and what bullets don't. So that's what we're going to be playing with for the next couple of days, is we're going to find out what's involved with the hammer. Let's see. Since it's not mine, I have to do it slowly and carefully. There we go. Lots of heavy-duty foam holding everything in position. So we're going to check this out. He also sent me his Donnie FL mag light. Suppressor. So we will be playing with all of this and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to get to having some fun and I'll bring you along. Hope this isn't too cheesy, guys. I'm trying to make it as interesting as I can, considering that the entire country is on lockdown. It's got kind of a pretty big hole in there. I guess you could do all sorts of things with this. Anyways, let's get back to the air guns. So, I'm going to show you how we put the Donnie FL shroud on. Now this is just a carbon fiber dust cover. It's a free-floating barrel. See, it's just a tube, just a dust cover. Now, this doodad right here is what you get from Donnie, and it screws onto the end of the barrel. Oh, screws on tight. And then this just goes in, and then this will screw onto that. So we'll do this here. Because apparently this does not come with a muffler system, so you need to put an aftermarket on. And the shroud helps, kind of a free-floating setup here. Okay, so that's on tight. And then that big hole that we were talking about earlier, that slips right over. That's tight, but it slips right on. And then that threaded spot in there lines up with a threaded spot in here. Boom, it is locked on tight. And you can see I've added that extra 6 1/4 inch can. Because when it comes to shrouds, bigger is better. That is for sure. All right, we haven't even put air in this yet. So at least you could see that's the monster from Donnie FL. Thank you, Donald. And we will start doing reading the manual and get some more information. Reading the manual. My gosh, this is a lot of information in here. I'm gonna have to get my reading spectacles on. You know I'm old because I use the word spectacles. What I don't see on here, a lot of safety notices and whatnot, which is normal. Okay, I don't see any Picatinny rail to set this, you know, for a bipod, that is. Again, customer sent this to me, so I don't know exactly 100% how it looks in the box, but that's pretty close. I'm going to go through the manual and I'm going to start testing different bullets and give you an updated information on what works the best out of this. Coronavirus. Alright guys, you want to make your life simple? You can try to read this. I can't figure it out. Go to YouTube, do your Googling, go to the Umarex website. There's a whole bunch of little instructional videos to show you how to do everything with the gun. I'm just not that smart. It's me, it's Ernest T. So this is how we take out the magazine. Okay, you have to loosen this set screw here because this locks the slide. Just pull it back because then it clears the little latch inside. Push this forwards, the magazine pops out. Okay, it's not real difficult. When I first got it, it was really tight in there and I had to really push and jam my thumb to get that thing to pop loose. But once it did, it's all been fine. So maybe, I don't know, got Wang Chung'd in the shipping. I'm not sure. What I'm trying to do is show you how we put a bullet in. So, it shows bullet forwards. Put that in. Put that in. Shove it down. Put it in. Put it in. Shove it down. Bingo. Look at that. Flush. Flush. 525 grain hollow point. Fits like a glove. People were telling me, oh, it's got to be under an inch. It's got to be under an inch. It won't fit. Well, last time I listened to anybody who doesn't have a gun in their hands. Because this fits 525 perfect. You want to go bigger? This is the 500 hollow point. It's a 550 as a solid. Fits perfect. Doesn't stick out at all. It's actually perfect. Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! So, from left to right, 225, 255, 345, 350, 385, 445 ribbed, for her pleasure, 450 long nose, 500 snub nose, I guess, and the 525. All of these babies fit, function, and fly extremely well out of the hammer. $4,500 PSI, here we come. We're going to do 2-shot fills, or 2 fill shots. Since this is a 2-shot magazine, the gun is really rated for 2 quality, 3rd follow-up, and it'll degas on the 4th or the 5th. So I figured might as well just do the 2. Two-time world champion. Okay, that is a toughie. One. Oh, interesting. Oh, safety engages automatically. So I'm filling the hammer. I've got 1,600 PSI in my 2 bottles, and I'm filling to 4,500. You gots to get a booster pump. Go get a mortgage, get a small loan, get a business loan, get a second mortgage, get a third mortgage. It takes a little bit, it takes more strokes the lower the PSI in the tanks are. I'm at 3,200 in the gun. Now 34. 36. So, yeah, 2,500 in the tank. Oh, excuse me, 1,500 in my big tank. I'll have to get these filled up in a bit. I just like filling the gun up before we're done with a shooting session. So each time I cycle, this shaft fills with air. There's a piston that pushes this plunger, and that gets forced up into the rifle. So if you've got a couple of scuba tanks with 3,000 PSI, you can shoot for a couple hours before your gun is, before your tanks are down to like 1,500. 42. 43. 44. 4,500 PSI. So I close the line from the source, bleed it, take it off. 1,600 PSI to 4,500 in the hammer. That's how a booster pump works and keeps you shooting all day long.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
It's hammer time! Okay, it's hammer time. Alright guys, we just did some power testing, getting numbers, figuring out what bullets are best fitting in this magazine and what will fit in the magazine. And now I have a much, much better idea. See my notes? Those are my notes. So, 4,500 PSI fill, 2 shots. Most of the time we ended with 2,400 or 2,600 PSI after the second shot. You could do a third shot, but I was just, since it's 2-shot magazine, I decided to keep everything with 2 shots. It is loud. You definitely need to put a muffler on this gun. Otherwise, the drywall starts to rattle. It gives you a good boom and a half. Using the ATN scope just because I had it out. It's easy to just set up setting number 3, profile number 3. So now that's set up for the hammer. You can see it fits pretty good. Picatinny on top. You saw how I filled the magazine. Okay, so my pure awesome is pure awesome in this. I don't care what anybody else says. I've just ran it, I've just tested it, and I stand behind what I make. The pure awesome works really good in this. What else to say? After you set it up, you cycle it. The little spring-loaded mag pops right over for the second shot, so it does have a very fast follow-up shot. It seems to get the bullet to air ratio. If you look at the chart, you're going to be the judge of what you think works best. I think, from my numbers, the initial testing, I think the 385 gives me the best overall ratio. That's where the 2 bullets are closest together in identical speeds. That will give you the most consistent second shot. You can change and go with a different bullet to get a faster first shot, but you're going to have a slightly slower second. I'm trying to get as close together. Okay, double mint gum, just like that. Look at the chart that I'm going to put right here, right now. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up with part one of hammer time. So, just to recap, 11 bullets, fit in the magazine, no questions asked. Perfect fit. You're not shooting awesome, you're not shooting the right bullet. I can say that because I make it. And guys, don't take me too damn serious, okay? I'm having fun. We're all supposed to have fun. And I want you to use my hollow points. You want to shoot someone else's? Go ahead and knock yourself out. I'm not going to cry about it, and I'm not going to hate on anybody. Enjoy yourself. That's the whole point. Get out and have some fun. Back to hammer time. Shooting pure awesome. So, starting low, 225, 527 foot-pounds, up to the 550 grain, 550 grains, 659 foot-pounds. Okay, you'll see here in the chart, we've got the numbers lined up. It's a little awkward in the beginning, but once you start to figure out how it fits, how it functions, you start getting it down. A lot of safety features. So to remove the mag, you got to pull this back, you got to push this, you got to push it in. Then you have to make sure it lines up in the slots in the tray, push it in, it locks in, then you can cock it back, push it forwards. Then as soon as you do that, there's a safety here that functions, your fire and safety switch. So you'll have to push that forward for the trigger mechanism to function. So as you're first learning it, you're forgetting a lot, and it's like, what did I miss? Oh, got to do this. What did I miss? Oh, got to do that. But it's not hard. Once you start moving it, everything starts moving and grooving. Pieces start functioning really quick, really fast. Very nice. You do get, and it tells you that in the manual, you do get a little blast of air in the face. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. The way the magazine works, you do get a deflected, right in the old eye pan there. So it's best to have some shooting glasses or something on, so you're not going to get a little air oil mix right in the old eyeball, especially if you're wearing contacts. So just keep that in mind. It's not broken. That's the way it functions. I guess the way the air bleeds off. I'm just guessing. The gun itself weighs around 10.5 pounds, I think. 10.5. It's 11 with the Donnie FL on it. So I'm thinking it's around 10 pounds. Used about 1,000 PSI per shot. So if you look at the chart, I started at 4,500, then we were at like 34, and then at 26. So it's like 11, 9, it's real close. It changes a little bit based on the weight of the slug. Most air rifles do that. With the back pressure and the longer bullets taking a little bit more to get it moving. So that's about it at the moment. I think we've shown everything I can show, how the magazine fits in there, Picatinny on top. I wish there was a bipod spot or Picatinny at the bottom so we could put a bipod. It's nice to have it sitting upright like this versus just having it laying over, on the table or in the dirt or something. But that's a minor inconvenience. Get yourself a booster pump because you're going to need it. It uses a lot of air. A lot of the big bores do. It's 4,500 PSI fill. You got a couple of tanks. So if you got half dozen scuba tanks, you can spend the entire day at the range with a booster pump. So hope you liked the information I shared with you. It's just basic numbers, power testing. I'm not a paid sponsor or anything. I'm just thankful my customer sent this to me so we could get everything lined up. So now you know what to be shooting come hunting season out of the hammer. Mr. Hollow Point out.